So for me, this is actually a lived experience, sort of, I guess, story time. You could call it. From being 28 now, and I'm not saying I'm old, but having a bit of experience dealing with people and interacting with people, I realized that two of the emotions that are the biggest detriment to society are jealousy and envy. Now, bear in mind, two of the emotions are just simply based on the fact that a person will envy someone because they haven't got to know them well. And I humbly believe this. If you get to know anyone well, you'll start to realize why you shouldn't have known them to begin with. This applies to anyone, by the way, even celebrities. But it's a human psychological, like, I think it's a subconscious mechanism where, as humans, because we kind of like, I'll give you an example. So let's say I watch football, right? Let's say back in the day, Ashley Cole, he was a very good footballer. When I look at him on TV and I see all the starlight and he's got all the attention and stuff, I might, not that I think that, someone else might think, oh, I wish I knew that person. But if you actually knew them and knew how they lived, would you actually want to know them? That's the real question. But you see, this is the problem of us as humans. We always look at the unknown in a fear type of mechanism. So, for instance, let's use myself as an example. I'm in a park, I'm filming a video, talking to a camera. A spectator or someone else might look at me and be like, oh, I'm not saying they would think that, but for instance, oh, he has a decent beard, I wish I had that. But they don't understand what the person has actually been through. Does having that beard make their life better? It doesn't. But this is how people think. They will look at someone and look at what they own and look at the wealth they have and be like, oh, I wish I had the wealth. Do you even know if this person has a disease? Do you know what health issues this person has? But this is the problem with humans. It's like us as humans. We'll walk on the street and we see someone with a nice car and we're like, oh, I wish I had that car. Okay, but do you know what problems the person has? No, we don't. But people don't think about that. It's like, oh, I look at, let's say, I don't know, Cristiano Ronaldo, let's say that as an example. So I'm looking at Ronaldo as like, oh wow, this guy has a lot of wealth. But what does having a lot of wealth come with? Does it come with any repercussions? Does it come with any negatives? Does having all that wealth bring peace of mind? Of course it doesn't. And the reality that needs to be understood is the more wealth you have, the more stress and problems you're going to have. Why? Because when you have money, you're going to have to think of ways to preserve the money. You're going to have to think of ways where your money, for example, you don't end up losing it. You don't end up... Many other plausible situations can occur. So when it comes to these things which are embedded in society as a societal issue, it's not a one-sided linear, okay, it's like this. We need to think deeply and introspectively before judging someone because, oh, they have that car or they have that building or they have that apartment. Because, yeah, they might have the money, but money does bring issues. It brings attention and it brings a plethora of other problems in someone's life that is unrealized until an individual reaches that sort of stage. And thank you for watching.